Good morning, everyone. Christian Duque, the Iron Duque Speaks, brought to you courtesy of IronMagLabs.com. Remember to make your mark with IronMag Labs and save 15% off with discount code IML15. So this week we have plenty to talk about. I know, strange background, but hey, this is life. You know what I mean? We go out and we work, and this is how we do it. You know what I mean? We don't sit around on the couch. You know, we don't sit in a home studio with a green screen doing nothing all day. We're out there making that money. So let's talk about making that money. Let's talk about the business of bodybuilding. Let's talk about giving back to the fans. Let's talk about our Mr. Oympia Shawn Flexatron Rhoden, who did show up in Pittsburgh, who did guest pose, who did interviews with fans, who took photos with fans, who signed autographs with fans, who was a consummate professional in all things that he did, but who was not Mr. Olympia ripped when he guest posed. Well, you know what? He barely could walk off the stage. I'm kind of livid, actually. I was gonna not get livid. I was gonna not lose my composure because you guys know I'm a Flexatron Rhoden fan and I'm a fan of what's right. But you know, people out there want clickbait. You know what I mean? It's nothing new. It's social media. People want to, you know, be relevant. They want to inject themselves into a situation. People that weren't even at the show. That guy needs to work on his muffler or whatever. But the point is, though, is that I guess Shawn wasn't ripped enough to some people's standards, so they ripped on him. And then they dogpiled on him. And you know what I mean? The thing about it is, do you remember a couple years ago when Phil Heath beat, I don't know, it was a Big Ramy? And he got off the stage and he nearly walked into traffic. His entourage was telling him, Phil, there's cars coming. He got off the stage to basically chew out Louis Marco, who, listen, is a troll, no question. But he got off stage with so much piss and vinegar that he had to berate a YouTuber for basically criticizing him, because we know Phil can't accept criticism. But last year, Flexatron got off the stage and Chris, the technician, Aceto, had to literally assist him to walk because the guy was completely out of it. The guy had given every last drop. The guy had no more gas in the tank. The guy was running on fumes. But he did everything in his power, whether posing, whether holding his peak, whether, you know what I mean, never letting out his gut. Not that he has one, but he gave it all. It was an all-out war. So to me, that's what matters. To me, the fact that he toppled, he didn't edge out like Dexter did Jay in 2008. No, he knocked out a freight train, a steaming freight train with no end in sight that was overcoming everybody, destroying everybody from Kai Green to Big Ramy to everybody. He knocked Phil out. He knocked him out in prejudging. He knocked him out at the night show. There was no question. It was a complete victory. So I think that's what matters. But no. People have to call him out because he wasn't ripped to shreds at a guest posing, you know what I mean, in May. You know, in May. You know what I mean? To me, honestly, it's just people that have nothing better to do with themselves, that want to be news broadcasters. That's fine. I get it. You know, you have your microphone and your green screen or your black screen or whatever screen you got. Apparently, I don't do that shit. I'm here at a, you know, grocery store parking lot talking into a phone under a tree. That shows you how much I care about all that. You know what I mean? I know what I am. I'm a guerrilla journalist. I cover bodybuilding shows. I'm an outspoken critic. I'm an outspoken fan. But I know what I am. And I know that if there's nothing to talk about, there's nothing to talk about. But I'm not going to trash a Mr. Olympia, no less, just to get myself some hits. Again, I feel like that's bullshit. Especially given everything Shawn's been through. Especially given the fact that he took runner-up a year where I believe he should have won. And he had to wait another year on top of that with health issues. Basically get written off by everyone. And the year he won the Mr. Olympia, I was the only person that said he would do it. And now if you go on the boards, everybody's saying, no, he can't do it again. No, it's going to be Ramy, it's going to be Rulli, it's going to be William Bonac. I mean, it's going to be George Jefferson or Archie Bunker, but it's not going to be Shawn Flexatron Rhoden. Everybody, like, looks at this guy like, you know, he can't retain his title. The same way they did with Dexter in 2009. In 2009, they couldn't stop themselves from saying, well, when's Jay going to come back? Because you know when Jay comes back, he's going to win it all. The only person in 2009 that backed Dexter, that really thought Dexter could retain the title, was Dan Solomon. That was it. Speaking of people not being at the Pittsburgh, Big Ramy was noticeably absent. A lot of people were asking, where was he? He is apparently dealing with a shoulder issue, and according to Dave Palumbo, RX Muscle, and Nick Strength, and some other channels, he is out. So he's not going to be doing the Tampa show as planned. and he's also not going to be doing the Mr. Olympia, so I definitely wish him the best. He's a hell of a nice guy. You know, there's some speculation out there about the shoulder. I'm not going to get into all that, but I will say that he's a hell of a great bodybuilder. I personally would not have left the Camel Crew. You know, if a team takes you to second at the Mr. Olympia, it's usually a sign that you want to stick through, stay the course, you know, but he left them. He went to Neil Hill, which is a fantastic coach who has, you know, William Bonac and some other great athletes. So, you know, shoulder injuries are very common in bodybuilding. So again, like I said, I wish him the best. Hope to see him in 2020. Christian Duque, the Iron Duque Speaks. Don't forget, IML15 saves you 15% off at IronMagLabs.com. Hit us up on Instagram at IronMag Labs about becoming an ambassador, and we'll see you next week.